I was born in Seattle, Washington, November the 7th, 1941. I lived in National Washington for about 2 years with my great aunt and my great uncle in a logging town. And I remember I was about 3 years old, and I would tell you I was going down the railroad tracks, and I met my grandfather, and he would hoist me up into the engine, and away we'd go up to the woods.
Wow.
And I got to hang out the window, like a real engineer.
Wow.
And
just like a Lionel commercial. Huh?
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was wonderful.
Wow.
And then my brother next to me is 13 months younger than I am. He came to live with us also. And then Arlie come along with, that was my little sister. She was the queen of the crop there. She ordered us around all the time. And she was just the sweetest thing. And when I was about 7, she passed away from meningitis in Tacoma.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, here in Tacoma. And the last time I saw her, she was waving to us out the window. And Bob and I were waving back to her. Then we moved to Enumclaw and lived in Enumclaw on Porter Street. And I went to elementary school there until the 2nd grade. Then we moved to Buckley. Lived in Buckley for a few years and went through the 1949 blizzard. My brother and I, they let school out early and we got to go, and then the blizzard was so bad we couldn't hardly see. And then we came to the feed store and it was up on stilts. So I grabbed Bob and we went inside and withered out the first storm. Underneath there, my dad finally came. He was worried, sick, and he finally came to come and found us. And we went on home. We had about 4 feet of snow in the front yard. And,
did you ever see the Weyerhaeuser steam locomotive? Go by, the whole ground was shaking.
Oh yeah. My uncle was an engineer down in Longview, on the railroad down there.
For the Milwaukee?
For Weyerhaeuser.
Weyerhaeuser, Weyerhaeuser.
Weyerhaeuser's looking over.
Yeah. We're interviewing Mike. He's a Korean veteran. We honor him for his service. I want to thank you for your service, Mike.
Thank you.
And he was born in 41, and did you actually fight in Korea, or?
See, the Korean War was an open war zone until 1964.
With the DMZ.
Yeah, and I was there in 58, 59, and part of 60.
I see.
And I was in the combat engineers.
Wow.
And then I left there and went to Fort Lewis. And I was stationed at Fort Lewis for 2 years. And then I got out after 3 years, and then 3 years in the reserve. And then I joined the fire department in 1967 and retired 34 years, 10 months in the 19th of June of 2003.
For Tacoma?
No, I was with Eastside Fire and Rescue, aka District 10, King County District 10. Our headquarters was in Issaquah.
Well, thank you for your service with the fire department, sir, too, also. I'm assuming you're a very compassionate person.
Yeah, I put my retirement off 3 times. I retired as Assistant Chief Fire Marshal.
Gee.
And
boy, you just never know who you're going to run into.
I went to 10 years in a row to the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland. I got a degree in fire prevention, and then that's when they promoted me to assistant chief fire marshal,
Did you ever meet the
fire investigator.
did you ever meet the Kitsap County Fire Marshal? His name's David Lynham.
Yeah.
Do you know David?
Oh yes. Yeah. We've been to conferences together.
Really?
Yeah. Eastern Washington mostly.
He's my nephew.
Is he really?
Yes.
Well, good for you.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm going to send this to, post this and notify
Yeah.
him to watch this. Well, that's great,
He's a
Mike.
fire marshal also, huh?
Pardon me?
He's a fire marshal?
Yeah, for Kitsap County. Yeah.
Let me look here.
Okay, sir. Well, thank you very much. And
You betcha.
okay,
My
God bless
pleasure.
you and take care.